If you want slow cooker meals that will help you lose weight, but you don't want thin, watery, flavourless stews and casseroles, these high protein slow cooker recipes are filling, satisfying and ideal for cold nights. We're going to kick things off with a simple slow cooker beef casserole. Lots of people skip this step, and that's frying the veggies first. Now you can skip it if you're short on time, but if you fry them first, you will just give the recipe lots and lots of flavour, and it stops it tasting soupy and watery because you're getting rid of some of the liquid in the vegetables first by frying it, rather than that happening and releasing them into the slow cooker. So you're frying that onion, celery and carrot, and then you're going to fry the mushrooms as well, and then add in some garlic cloves and just give it a further 30 seconds of frying before tipping that into the slow cooker. You could also brown the beef before adding it. That would also make it more flavoursome, but I'm not doing it here. I don't think it's entirely necessary because the recipe is super rich and flavoursome as is. So we're adding in all those other ingredients. I am using chicken stock, although you should use beef stock. I just didn't have any of the house. Worcester sauce, that's giving it a huge depth of flavour. Tomato puree, plenty of salt, corn flour mixed in a little bit of water or corn starch if you're in the US. We're going to mix that through, and you pop the lid on it and give it about 5 hours on high or about 8 hours on low. This goes really well with all your usual stew and casserole accompaniments, so mashed potatoes work really well with this, as does having some crusty bread to dip in it and make sure you get all of that sauce. It's entirely up to you. This recipe is also easy to scale. You can double the quantities, it freezes well, and it tastes even better the next day. Next up, we're doing another really simple recipe. This is just simply named slow cooker chicken casserole. We're cooking the potatoes in it, so we're going to have those carbohydrates in along with the vegetables and chicken all in the one pot, so it's a complete meal. As you can see in this video, I am cooking the chicken thighs first. Well, I'm not cooking them, I'm just going to give them a couple of minutes on each side on a high heat to get some colour on it and to crisp up that fat. You could just put them into the slow cooker uncooked, but like I said in the last recipe, by cooking them first, you're just going to give them a lot more flavour. Once you've done that, just pop them into the slow cooker. You don't need to add any more fat, just bung your onions in, reduce the heat down to medium, cook them for a couple of minutes and add in your garlic and give that a further 30 seconds. Add in your wine, reduce it down by about a third and scrape off any burnt bits from the bottom of the pan. That just gives it more flavour, then add all of that to the slow cooker. If you don't drink, you could use stock, that's totally fine. We're going to add in our carrots, our potatoes, mushrooms, mixed herbs or Italian seasoning if you're watching this in the States, some salt, Dijon mustard or whole grain if you don't have any Dijon, tomato puree, the corn flour mixed with water as standard, chicken stock, and then all you're going to do is just mix all that through so it's nicely combined. Pop the lid on it, give it about 3 hours or so on high or longer on low, garnish with lots of parsley and stir that in before plating it up. For all of these recipes, the entire recipe along with the macros and the calories and so on, you'll get them inside my high protein recipes app, and there's a link to download that in the description below. Next up, we're doing the classic French stew boeuf bourguignon. This is one of my favourites. It's similar to the beef casserole we did first, but the flavour is really different thanks to the smoked bacon that we're going to add and the addition of the red wine too, obviously key ingredient. So we're going to use the standard veggies here, onions fairly largely cut up. I like big bits of onions in my stew with carrots, smoked bacon or lardons. I like to use smoked bacon because then I can trim the fat off it and keep the calories low because I mean this is a healthy recipe YouTube channel. We want to keep the calories reasonably low, but if you're not arsed, just cook it with all the fat in it. It will give it more flavour. But you're just going to fry them together until the bacon starts to crisp up and then add in your garlic, give it a further 30 seconds, add in your booze. If you're being really specific, you would use a burgundy wine for this, but you don't have to. And then you're going to tip all of that into slow cooker once the wine has reduced down by about a third. Add your beef, make sure you remove that bit of paper. Don't worry, I didn't cook it with it in it, along with all the other ingredients, and then we're just going to, again, lid goes on, mix it all through. You could, as always, pre-cook that beef first just to get some colour on it if you've got more time, but if you're short of time, just bung it in uncooked, stir it all through, lid goes on. I think this one really benefits from low and slow, so 8 hours on low. If you're enjoying these recipes, please do hit that like button. It really helps the video be seen by more people on YouTube. Then when it comes to plating up, just get stuck in. It goes well with potatoes, new potatoes or roast. Again, lots of parsley on top to give it something green. You always take the first bite with your eyes, and stews always look better if you've given them a little garnish first, and then just get stuck in. Next up is my favourite slow cooker beef casserole of all time. It's a Belgian beef stew called carbonade flamande or stouffeles, and it's sort of the Belgian equivalent of bourguignon. Instead of wine, we're going to use beer. So we're going to marinate the beef in a beer overnight along with the garlic. If you don't have overnight, just give it 2 hours in the fridge, but overnight is better. Then adding the beef, reserving that liquid into your slow cooker. Not only does the marinade give it lots of flavour, but it helps tenderize the beef too, just helping it fall apart. For veggies, we're using what we used in the bourguignon, so onion, carrot and bacon with the fat trimmed off. And then we're going to heat some butter in a pan, not oil. Add in those onions and the bacon and just fry them until the bacon starts to crisp up. And then we're going to add in that reserved liquid. So essentially you're adding in a beer that's got garlic mixed through it, and you're going to reduce that down quite a lot until it really thickens up, burns off most of the alcohol, and you're left with something resembling this. So you're going to reduce it by about 2/3 before adding all of that to the slow cooker. Then to that, we're going to add in those carrots. For liquid, we're adding in a little bit more of beef stock, corn flour in water, whole grain mustard, that's going to give it a real depth of flavour, a little bit of honey for sweetness, plenty of black pepper, a bouquet garni and a couple of bay leaves. Mix all of it through, and again, this one does better in my opinion, low and slow, so I prefer to give it 8 hours on low. Traditionally in Belgium, you would serve this with French fries, so you can get the air fryer out, get the fries in it, or roast potatoes, crusty bread, and if you've got any leftover beer, I would have one as well. Enjoy. Last but no means least, we're doing a slow cooker recipe that we're going to braise those chicken thighs in cider. It's got the potatoes in it, complete one pot meal. It is sweet, it's savoury, it's very easy to make, and it's absolutely delicious. So because we're using the chicken thighs, I'm cooking them first because I do want to get that fat nice and crispy. I would sometimes put chicken breasts into the slow cooker uncooked, but chicken thighs, I pretty much always cook them first. So just like we did before, high heat, couple of minutes, let them crisp up before adding them into the slow cooker. Now we're using about 1 kilo. Normally if I'm doing slow cooker recipes, the meat is usually around about 1 kilo because I find that's great for meal prep, it feeds our family and it leaves more for the next day. So you'll need to cook the chicken in batches unless you've got like an absolutely ginormous frying pan. Then in the same pan, reduce the heat down to medium, and we're going to add in a couple of onions and fry them for a few minutes until they start to soften up, before we add in the garlic and give it a further 30 seconds. I don't add the garlic with the onions at the same time. I know some people do this, but they need different cooking times, so don't cook them together. Garlic goes in near the end because you don't want to burn it. Then add in your 400 ml of dry apple cider. And you're going to again want to cook this down to help burn off the alcohol, intensify the flavour, and you don't need so much liquid going in the slow cooker. So you want to reduce that by about half. Tip everything into the slow cooker along with 2 apples. You don't need to be fussy about this, cooking or eating, it doesn't really matter. Fresh sage, if you don't have any, you can use dried. Salt and chicken stock. Add in your corn flour mixed with water. That's fairly standard by now. Some people say, can you do it without corn flour? Well, you can, but it just really helps thicken things up because you don't really lose a lot of moisture when you cook things in the slow cooker. So by not adding corn flour, things can often be a bit watery. Add in your peeled and quartered potatoes, mix it all through, and then we're going to put the lid on it. As before, couple of hours on high until the chicken is all cooked through, or you can cook it longer if you want. And then near the end, get the parsley mixed in and then just plate it up. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these high protein slow cooker casserole and stew recipes. Like I said earlier in the video, if you'd like the full recipe for all of these, you'll find it inside my high protein recipes app along with 500 other recipes. There's a link to download it in the description below. Hopefully see you back here on the channel again very soon. See ya!